My brother yanked me by the hair and dragged me across the floor before throwing me outside. Gravel tore into my hands as I caught myself, and the door slammed shut behind me. I was 6 months pregnant with twins. My mom appeared at the window, and for a moment I thought she might stop him, maybe pull me inside and protect me, the way she used to when I scraped my knees as a little girl. Instead, she stepped onto the porch and slapped me across the face. "Thief," she hissed. The sting wasn't from the slap, but from the betrayal. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I just stood there, hand on my belly, and swore to myself they would regret this. They claimed I'd stolen $50,000 from my parents' savings. The money went missing the same week I was in the hospital with pregnancy complications. My brother and sister pointed straight at me. "She needed it for the babies," my brother said. "She's drowning in debt," my sister piled on, and my parents believed them. No proof, no hesitation, just blind faith in the two who had always been louder, stronger, meaner. That day I learned blood isn't loyalty, blood is just weight, and they had cut me loose. But betrayal is a strange gift. It wakes you up, sharpens you, clears the illusions from your eyes. While they celebrated my downfall, laughing at my humiliation, relieved I was out, I started working. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I let them think I was broken, ashamed, finished. But in silence, I was gathering pieces. The first came from the bank. I went quietly, asked for statements tied to my parents' accounts. I wasn't supposed to get them, but I knew the right tone, the right words, and the right loopholes. The withdrawals were sloppy, careless, done under my brother's login and tied to my sister's email. $50,000 tucked into a joint account they thought was hidden. Amateurs. The second piece was insurance paperwork. My brother had filed a claim for a supposed theft at his business just days earlier, conveniently the same amount that disappeared. The claim had been denied, but the trail was there. The third piece was text messages from my sister, screenshots a mutual friend shared, tired of hearing her brag. "We'll finally put her in her place," she'd written. "She'll never recover from this." She was right about one thing. I wasn't going to recover. I was going to rise. I went to a lawyer, not for me, but for my babies. I told him everything, handed him the proof, and watched as his skeptical look turned into grim satisfaction. "We can build a case," he said. "No," I corrected. "We can build their downfall." 3 weeks after they threw me out, my siblings sat in my parents' kitchen, drinking and laughing like nothing had happened. They thought the storm had passed, that I had crawled away in shame. That's when the knock came. Not gentle, not curious, hard, violent. Police, 2 squads, warrant in hand. I wasn't there, but I've heard the story enough times to picture it clearly. My brother's smirk collapsing as cuffs snapped around his wrists. My sister's protest choking in her throat as the officers listed the charges. My parents frozen, staring in disbelief as the words fraud, theft, conspiracy cut them down. Later, when the dust settled, I went back to see my parents. I wanted them to look me in the eye, not as the thief they believed, but as the daughter they had thrown away. They opened the door cautiously, eyes empty. "You set us up," my father whispered. "No," I said, stepping inside. "You set yourselves up. You believed lies without ever asking for the truth. You let your son drag me by the hair. You slapped your pregnant daughter across the face." My mother's hands trembled. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. "I didn't take your money," I continued. "But I did take something from you, the illusion that you had a family. Now you have nothing." They looked small then, weak, like strangers wearing the faces of the people I once loved. I left without waiting for a reply. Some silences don't need to be filled. My brother lost his business. My sister's marriage collapsed under the weight of her arrest. Their names dragged through every local paper. And me? I built a new life. Quiet, strong, unapologetic. My twins were born healthy, 2 tiny reminders that revenge isn't always fire and fury. Sometimes it's patience and precision. People ask if I forgave them. No. Forgiveness is surrender, and I don't surrender to betrayal. They thought they could bury me with lies. Instead, they buried themselves. All it took was 3 weeks, a few documents, and the silence of a woman they believed was broken. I wasn't broken, I was sharpening. Now they know what it feels like to be cast out, and I promise, unlike me, they won't ever find their way back.